go. Let it rock and roll. Right here on Word on the Street.
All right, we back. Word on the streets, and you see all this hardware.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? When I was little, we didn't get all this. But we have the Ducks, the Fresno Ducks. Fresno Ducks. Football program coaches.
Vice President.
Right, Vice President.
Coach.
All right, welcome on the show.
Thank you.
You know, it ain't nothing like having brothers on the show like y'all, man.
Appreciate
Yes,
you,
sir.
bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
Yes, sir.
we're going to
Yes,
jump
sir.
into
Yes,
this
sir.
because I like all this. You know what I mean?
You got the first question? I got the first
Well, go on.
question, man.
I'm running anchors.
Man, I got the first question, man.
Long time
I'm running
overdue,
anchors.
man.
Way overdue, man.
Long time overdue,
Let
man.
me just ask you, man, how long have you been coaching, bro?
I've been in the game for 10 years.
10 years?
Since
10 years?
2002.
What about you, Coach Brown?
I've been in the game for about 6 years coaching, man.
6 years? What inspired you, man? What really inspired y'all to coach these kids, man? I know it's a tough job.
Man, I got inspired because I was in the streets.
Yes, sir.
I was in the streets, and I had a fella named by Coach Doe. He's from Carson. He stopped me one day. He said, I need a line coach. I went. I was kind of skeptic, and then I went, and I just fell in love. I seen the kids. It was a championship game. I seen the kids, and that just inspired me to just go all the way 100 with it. And I ain't never stopped. I've been going since. It made me change my life as a person. So I said, if I could change my life through this, I'm finna change all these kids' lives so I can.
That's a beautiful thing,
you know what I'm
That's
saying?
a beautiful thing.
So-
That, that sound like my guy Tony Perry, man. May rest in peace, man.
Rest in
You
peace,
know,
TP.
changing the kids' life. I know. Listen. I know it's got to be really tough. You know, because every parent think their kid is good. You know, and tell me a little bit about that. How you deal with the parents? Like, why you ain't putting my son in and blah blah this and blah blah that.
Well, at the Fresno Ducks, we teach, man. And we definitely, football is a contact sport, and it's a dangerous sport. So at the beginning of the season, we definitely make it aware and let the parents know it's a safety rule. When your kids step on that football field, that's my kid, so that's my responsibility,
Preach,
whether he
brother.
get
Yeah.
hurt or not.
Yeah.
So if your son hasn't learned and practiced how to develop or know how to develop what we teaching on this football field at practice, and I don't feel comfortable with him going out there knowing what he's supposed to do, I won't put him on the field at all. You know what I mean? And we make sure our parents understand that in the beginning, and we preach safety first. And once a kid, because the kids is different. A lot of kids don't have the same attention span. So some kids develop a little bit later. So we do. If a kid development is a little bit slower, we put those kids to the side during our practice, and we work them a little bit different than the faster kids. But by the end of the season, we get all our kids on the field, and they know what's up. And
Look,
you see what happens.
look what y'all producing right here, man.
Every kid play for the Ducks. Every kid on the roster up on all three teams, on the Pee Wee level, on the junior level, and on the senior level.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If a kid playing out of position, it's not because it's somebody better than him. It's just because we want to see everybody on the field.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing right there, Coach Ray. That's a beautiful thing.
You gentlemen sound like disciplinarians to me.
Yeah,
I mean, it got me standing like this.
Yeah, I'm ready to do
sitting
this,
like
I'm ready to
this,
do this
right?
right
So
here. I'm ready to salute him,
how do you
I'm
deal
ready
with
to
the different attitudes? And I'm not talking about parents, because parents gonna be parents, right? How you get a kid to respond to you, through your discipline program, or however, not program, but however you discipline them. Do you treat every kid the same? You stated some you got to treat different, but as far as discipline, you have some that buck the system. How do you deal with that? And it might be one of your A1 players.
Every kid got their own character. Every kid got their own character. You don't want to break no spirits. I might discipline a kid differently just by for their attitude and just by off of their character. You know what I'm saying?
That's right,
I'm not finna go hard up on a kid to where I know if I go too hard, I'm gonna lose that kid.
Right.
Because that's not the goal. Our goal is to save kids. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if anybody acting up, we really punish them in practice.
Got you.
Like even if it's at home, because we have some parents hit us like, oh, I'm not gonna bring so and so to practice. it's because at school they was acting up, so we don't keep them. No, bring them to practice and let us help take care of that too. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, man, I done had kids sitting on the sideline at practice just doing homework the whole 2 hours.
That's what I'm talking
You
about.
know what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
talking about.
Like,
Yes,
you just gonna
sir.
come here and do
Yes,
your
sir.
homework. You don't want to
Yes,
do your
sir.
class
Yes,
work
sir.
in class? Guess what? You finna come out here, you finna do your homework, and you finna hurt your brothers, but at the same time, we all helping you too.
That's real. That's
You know what I'm
real,
saying?
bro. Y'all heard
And
that.
So,
Let me ask you. Let me just ask you a quick question. When you say you discipline, y'all not like Coach Larry used to be. Y'all do the bull right thing. Y'all don't do the bull right
they
thing.
can't do the bull right no more.
Can't do the bull right no
you
more.
can't do that no
Okay,
more.
shit.
no.
When you say discipline, I know you fuck up with Coach Larry
Yeah.
in the bull right.
Nah,
He get
man,
squeaky.
we
I
make
ain't
them
finna
stay
go
out.
ahead and
Can't do that no more.
Hey,
Can't
but
do that no more.
you
No.
gotta understand
Okay.
what you're dealing
Safety.
with these kids, and
Yes,
you
sir.
know what I mean.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some kids don't respond to that. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay.
And you know, and we preach discipline is number one. You know what I mean? The kids that win the championship, that's a disciplined team. That's number one with us. Discipline on the field, off the field in class, and discipline at home. We preach that. That's number one for us, man. And as far as our number one player, it don't matter who it is. Our number one player, you get in trouble and you come to the game and your mama say you did something at school or didn't take the trash out. I had a player who didn't take the trash out at home or didn't clean his room, and I was not my number one player. Guess what? He couldn't start. And we teach accountability before the game. If you are number one player, you're gonna stand up in front of your team and apologize to your team and tell your team why you not playing right now.
Right.
Man, that's beautiful.
It's
man.
as simple as that.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges you have within the leagues? I know, like I said, I'm always the one putting it out there, and don't know one take it wrong, but a lot of times West Fresno's against Fresno, right? So, what league you playing first?
We're playing the CCYFL.
What are some of the teams you go against?
We go against a lot of the Clovis teams. It's 5 Clovis teams. You got the Clovis North Stampede. You got the Clovis High Clash. You got Clovis West Monsters. You have the Clovis East Sharks. Who else we got? We got the Central Grizzlies. We got the Fresno Miners. We have the McLean Highlanders.
Oh, okay, that's
Wow,
a big league.
that's a big
Riders.
conference.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a big
it's
conference right there.
Big
Yeah.
conference.
Yeah.
So, once again,
Once again.
you know, you're playing the kids. I mean, the kids are playing.
yeah.
But, you know, there's always some political BS going down. How do you handle that within the scope of a coach and the refs and this, that, and the other? So, do you ever run into problems like that, or have you ever run into problems like that?
Oh, yeah.
And how do you handle it?
Oh yeah, we do all the time.
That's just part of it, right?
That's just part of it. You gotta have tough skin. You gotta have a lot of character. You know, you can't lose it because we're doing it for the babies at the end of the day.
Right.
But
That's right.
we
Real
see a
tough.
lot of that politicking coming from, especially the Clovis side of things. But we really don't pay no attention. We let these trophies speak for themselves.
And, you know, I'm not going to.
We keep it on the field.
You're right.
We keep it on the field. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
And back in the day, I have some people out here, artists that know, and I got it from them. If they call something back, run the same thing and do it again. If they call it back, we do it again.
That's that old time.
You know what I'm saying?
Until you stop it. We gonna
Right?
keep
So
doing
you
it
just
till
keep doing it until you
it.
stop, right? So I know it happens. That's why I'm asking, and I commend you for holding it down like you guys do. You know what I mean? And it's great to see this hardware coming from that side of town. Now you have I don't know if it's a rival. You have another team on the west side, Edison Tigers, right? So how do you get? I know you don't have a problem with getting your kids. I don't want to say the wrong word. I know you have a problem getting your kids and Edison getting theirs. Do you?
So I grew up in West Side Fresno, 93706. And the reason why we started the Fresno Ducks is because when I grew up, Edison was stacked. They had 50 kids on their team.
Bam.
Every kid is not going to play.
Right.
So when my son came along, and my buddy Calvin, who started the Ducks, shout out to Calvin.
Shout out to Kevin.
Kevin.
We wanted to change.
Calvin.
Coach
Irving.
Calvin.
Okay.
Yes. We wanted to change that. We knew every kid wasn't playing. So, and it was a lot of talent that was getting passed up. So we decided to start the brother Edison team,
Perfect.
which called it the Fresno Ducks, and we don't have no problem with getting the kids. Some talent go over there to Edison, some talent come over to us, and for us, I mean, we brothers, man.
I love that.
And
All
we
love.
got to teach that to these kids. You know what I mean? Because when they get older, you know what I mean. We don't want them back and forth at each other's necks about who you play Pop Warner football for. That's
Right.
That's crazy. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like earlier I was mentioning before we came on set, you play in 2 different leagues,
Right.
right? And that's beautiful. You know, both sides bringing it home. And I think we mentioned something about that. You have a jamboree at the end of the season. You play each other.
At the beginning of the season.
Oh, the beginning of the season you
or the
play.
end, past couple years we had a we call it Tom Perry Westside Bowl.
There you go.
That's right, yes,
There you
sir.
go.
Black and gold to the razor blow.
Kind of put
That
it
was green
together.
and- green and gold to the
this
razor
past-
blow.
right.
Green and gold to the razor
Right.
bows. Yeah.
This past year we wasn't able to do it due to the conflict of the schedules. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we try to come together and show the kids that we are one. You know
Gotcha.
what I mean?
That's
We
right, that's
family.
right,
Gotcha.
that's
One,
right, that's
because
right, that's
guess
right.
what? Y'all gonna have to go
Unity.
to. Y'all probably go to school together, elementary, but if not, y'all probably gonna go to junior high together. If not, high school together, and we won, man.
Right.
Yes, 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 yes.
It's family.
That's
We
family.
family. Man, shout out to the Tigers Youth Program because
Yes,
we
sir.
is family.
Yeah.
That's
And I
right,
tried
that's
to-
right. We try to
We
get
tried to get him on here,
Granville,
but
you know, he's
we'll
a
get
very
him on
good
here. We
man.
try to get all
Okay,
everybody
let
on
me
that.
let me ask you,
Shout out to the
how long have
Tigers.
you guys been in existence?
And we've been around 5 years now.
Okay.
Seven.
7
It's going
years.
on our 7th.
It's going on
year.
7 years, and well, like we talked off camera, how many championships you got out of 7 years?
This not it. We got
They got big trophies. They got more hardware. You know, how many actual
besides
championships?
this, we missing 2 more. We missing 2 more trophies. We have a total as a program. We have 3 league championships, and we have 4 divisional championships.
Well, me and my partner, we was talking last night, and I was telling him that you know I was going to do a show with you guys, and I was like, man, how can we get to Netflix, man? You know, we know a lot of people that got camera equipment. We need to do something like that, man. You know, these Edison, excuse me, the Ducks.
Fresno
How,
Ducks.
how can
baby.
we do something like that, Coach Ray and Coach Brown? Would you guys be interested in doing something like that,
Yeah.
documenting the kids and stuff like
I'm
that?
all the way
Definitely.
with it.
Man, we had a perfect idea,
I'm all the
right?
way.
Yes.
The Ducks, we have them do their segment. Tigers do their segment, right? And that's a show on its own because I really feel the Central Valley, Fresno, period, you know, sports programs is one of the best in the state of California, right?
That's in high school, man. That's Brent Musburger.
So do you get nods to go other than just the final season? Do you get requests to go up to the Bay or up to LA to play in maybe a state championship or anything like that?
We know teams around up and down the state that invite us to come out and play. Towards the end of the season, especially contact, man, once you go all the way up to the championship and get into that December, some kids is burnt out. You
burnt
start
out.
losing kids at practice and everything. Now, we have had individual kids in our programs go to certain all-star games.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
Afterwards and playing certain all-star games. My son played in the North Cal All-Star game last year as a 6th grader, represented Fresno Ducks. We had some kids from the Tigers also. So, you know, that's a plus. That's good.
That is.
What's I actually have a question, but I'm actually getting the toughest thing, man, about coaching these kids, man. Like you say, you start coaching the kids because you giving back to these kids, man. What advice do you tell one of your kids if you make it to the NFL? How would you get back to the community?
Man,
Because y'all gonna have some, y'all good. Y'all gonna have one of them kids, a couple of them kids gonna make it to the league.
You gotta stay loyal to where you started at.
Yes.
If the
yes.
kid make it to the league, I'm gonna give him the same advice that somebody gave me. Man, get back to your community in any kind of way, shape, and form. It don't have to be writing a check. It could just be showing up, showing your face.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
And then as far as being the toughest thing is, man, we go through a lot of stuff with these kids. Man, one year I had a kid lose his mama, and then the next year he lost his pops. And I'm like, man, I'm 20, 24, 25. So I'm in this life at a valuable point right now.
Yes, you are. Yes,
and I'm
you are.
still
Yes,
in
you-
this kid life.
Yes,
You
you
know
are.
what I'm saying? And the things like that, those are things behind the scenes that a lot of people,
That people
don't
don't know.
see.
Right.
And then again, this is a non-profit organization. So we as coaches, just like my boy said earlier, we is more like life coaches. We're just not football coaches.
Exactly. That's right.
It's a lot of different things go on into this.
You know, that's big.
This
what
is
you
deep.
said.
This is bigger than football. See,
Right.
this is the fun part, but we deal with the real stuff behind the
Right.
scenes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I'm glad you touched on that, man. I was trying to get that question out right, but that's the answer I was looking for, bro. You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like I say,
Definitely
when
what
I
it's
played
about.
Pop Warner football, you know, we only had like 3 coaches. Y'all like a whole staff. You know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
got this coach right there, you know, and that's good. You know, like I say, everybody can't be a quarterback. You the line coach, your linebacker coach like that, and you teach your individual kid, you know, in that position. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I while traveling from up north, coming down this way, making to the show on time, I was listening to Dr. Harry Edwards, right? And he touched on what you said about sports. It's more of, you know, you're a life coach, you know what I mean? And off the set, I'm gonna give y'all some information on what to look at, because what I listened to was deep. You know, this cat been through it. You know, he was civil rights activist, however, also a sociologist with dealing with sports, right? And talking about the different aspects of sports today, you know, and the first thing came up was the protocol of the concussions, right? Concussion protocol, right? So do you go through training or classes before you start, get your helmets certified and teach the techniques of hitting? Anything like that? Anybody want to touch on that?
Our coaches are all USA certified coaches. We definitely preach the safety of football, the proper technique of hitting. We like to use the Pete Curl rule right now. They use the rugby style of tackling.
Right.
Pete Curl has a couple of videos on YouTube about that. We make our kids watch it. We make them go home. We give them a homework assignment about it. Come back and we spend a couple of weeks on
You
just.
talking about that CEO coach?
Yeah.
Pete
That's
Curl.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I should
yeah.
wear my SC jersey. Man. I'm an SC fan, man. I ain't no Pittsburgh fan. But listen, bro, you know, telling people, you know, if any parents out here watching, you know, if y'all want to get y'all kids with the Ducks, man, tell them how they can get in contact with y'all, Big Red Coach Brian.
Man, you could get at me at Facebook, Ray Shamu Spotster at Facebook. You could catch us. You could catch us at the 707s. We got the 707s popping off right now at the Hen Center, 6 to 8. You could get in contact with Coach Ryan.
I'm Coach Ryan, Ryan Brown on Facebook, Fresno Ducks. You can always hit us there. We definitely rolling right there. Shout out, like he said, to the our 707 crew who out there at work right now. The tone setters in the no
Tone
zone.
setters.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, we rolling. Fresno Ducks will be kicking back up at about June is when we get started.
That's right. That's right.
I encourage you, if you come in, to get in contact with us now. We will be doing some pre-registrations because spots fill up quick, and we don't like to go over 25 players on our team. So if we get to 25, we turn kids away. So, man, if you want to come win some chips with us next
Man,
year,
y'all heard that,
hey,
man.
Get on.
you know where we at, man. You know what I'm saying?
And we start off with the flag first for the first and second graders, and then we
Oh,
go
perfect.
into
That's
the
right.
tackling.
That's right.
But man, shout out to the No Zone. Shout out to the TP Guru High School 707 team qualifying for the National 707 Championships in Dallas, Texas.
Oh yeah.
That's
The
right,
Tone
that's right.
Setters 12 Youth. Man, this is just all for the town, man. We doing it back. We giving back to the community. We're giving back to the community. Our 707s been to Bakersfield so far. They've been to the Bay Area.
We'll be in Stockton on Sunday.
Being Stockton
All right.
on Sunday.
That's right.
All right, y'all.
Man, like I say,
Going, man.
Hey, we're going to take a break, but I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Thank y'all, man.
Thank
I
y'all for
love being in
coming,
front of this
man.
hardware. I got
That's
to wear my
right,
sunglasses.
Man,
But you heard it.
Y'all said
If you
y'all
didn't heard
want
it,
to
you heard it on
leave.
word on the
You know,
streets.
we love the Tigers, but them Ducks got this hardware right here, man.
Ducks is here to stay.
All right. See you in a minute.
Family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, man.